I want to talk to you today about the chain breaker. We all have forces that are trying to hold us back. We wonder why we can't get ahead, why we can't break an addiction, why we can't control our temper. Those are chains that are restricting us. Chains of guilt, beating ourselves up for past mistakes. Chains of depression, that dark cloud follows us around. Or chains of low self-esteem. We never feel good about ourselves. That recording is constantly playing. You're not attractive enough. You're not talented. You don't have a good personality. You were not created to live bound. Bound by loneliness, bound by shame, bound by negative words that were spoken over you. The good news is our God is a chain breaker. You may not see how it can happen. Your circumstances look permanent. Well, get ready. The chain breaker is about to show up. That chain of loneliness is being broken. You're going to meet a divine connection, somebody better than you've imagined. That chain of injustice, bad breaks, always being overlooked, it's being broken. God is about to pay you back. He's going to make up for the wrongs that were done. Or that chain of lack, struggle, not having enough, it's being loosed. Opportunity is going to chase you down. You're not going to have to go after it. It's going to come after you. Why? The chains came off. You're being released into favor, released into healing, released into new levels. Luke 13, Jesus was teaching in the synagogue, and he saw a lady that had been sick for 18 years. She was bent over, not able to stand up straight. It was the Sabbath. You weren't supposed to do any kind of work. The religious leaders were watching to see what Jesus was going to do. He said something interesting in verse 16. Should not this woman, whom Satan has bound for 18 years, be loosed from her sickness? He described the sickness as a chain. He said she was bound. Jesus touched the lady. Instantly she was healed. Whatever has you bound, whatever is restricting you, God is saying, this is your time to be free. It is not your destiny to go through life with things limiting you. If you will receive this into your spirit, I believe that every chain that is holding you back is being broken. Chains of sickness, chains of depression, even chains that have been in your family line for generations. Now, you may not feel any different. The circumstances look the same. This is what faith is all about. Instead of thinking, oh man, it didn't work for me, no, turn it around. Father, thank you that my chains are gone. Thank you that I am free. Thank you that every force that's holding me back has been broken. Get in agreement with God. Freedom starts in your mind. As long as you think, I'll never get well. Did you see the medical report? Or my grandmother was depressed, my mother was depressed, I guess I'll always be depressed. No, the difference with you is the chain breaker showed up. God set you free. You're the one to set a new standard. You're the one to defy the odds. God told the Israelites, the enemies you see today, you will see no more. Those things that have held you back, you're not going to see them anymore. This is a new day of freedom, a new day of wholeness. I can see through my eyes of faith chains coming off. Chains of death being broken. Chains of cancer, diabetes, heart trouble being loosed. Chains of fear, low self-esteem, depression, you will see them no more. Is there something limiting you today? Why don't you have this new perspective? My chains are gone. I've been loosed. Start living from a freedom mindset, not a bound mindset. Not, I'll never get ahead. Joel, I'll never get any good breaks. That was the past. This is a new day. I've been released into increase. I've been released into favor, released into blessings. Instead of, I'll have to deal with this addiction my whole life. I've had it so long. No, that chain that's held me back has been broken. I'm on my way to healing. I'm on my way to feeling better than ever. Just because you're free doesn't mean everything is instantly going to change. You're going to have to walk this out. But what you'll find is you're not going to be restricted like you were before. you're going to be able to do things that you couldn't do. The guilt is not going to hold you back. The depression, the hot temper, the addiction, it is not going to control your life. Why? The chain has been broken.